contribute to supporting the growth of Egyptian exports and increasing the state's foreign currency? How do the mining industries contribute to supporting the growth of Egyptian exports and increasing the state's foreign currency, Doctor? We are having a technical issue and we're going to fix that soon. Well, Egypt launches phosphate fertilizer projects amid push for mining growth, and also with this thing going on, it's an incredible achievement for all for Egypt. We are back with Dr. Youmn. Doctor, first question, please. How do the mining industries contribute to supporting the growth of Egyptian exports and increasing the state's foreign currency?
Actually, the mineral sector can be regarded as a cornerstone for the industrial sector. Since from minerals we can have most of materials and intermediate goods necessary for manufacturing. A lot of industries in Egypt that actually they are in deep need for raw materials with reasonable prices so that they can enhance their competitiveness. And unfortunately for Egypt, we haven't utilized our mineral resources for decades due to several reasons. Fortunately nowadays, we are returning back into emphasizing the role of mineral sector by changing laws to encourage investors for coming and to attract foreign direct investment, as well as trying to find out, investors not only from foreign direct investment, but internal Egyptian investors that they are looking forward to enhance their competitiveness in the industrial sector. From here it comes the importance. The mineral sector can be regarded as quite important, and actually if we take care of mineral industry, this can be reflected positively into the competitiveness of all our industries.
Okay, what are the most prominent indicators that reflect the growth of Egyptian mining sector during the recent period?
Of course, when we talk about the competitiveness of this sector, we have to compare, the situation for investors compared to all other competitors, specifically in the region. For example, we can compare Egypt with Saudi Arabia regarding laws and incentives for investors. We can see that for Egypt still we need some, incentives for investors to come regarding, the time of investment, the cost for investment, regarding incentives for taxation, for example, and all this, package of incentives are required in order to attract investors to come. Why? Because investing in minerals needs a lot of, it's huge investment. From here it comes that the role of multinationals and foreign direct investment can be regarded as essential in order to find out ways, and Egypt, if we revise the situation of Egypt regarding, the capabilities and potentialities of minerals in Egypt, our maps prove that we are quite rich of a lot of minerals that can be quite important for a lot of industries.
Okay. Well, how does Egypt benefit from its large phosphate reserves, which are estimated at about 2.8 billion tons, and place it in third place globally?
Yes, what you have mentioned regarding several industries specifically for fertilizers, and we have phosphates in Egypt in different areas. We have to refer to our history regarding activating the role of minerals in the Egyptian economy. We have public sector companies, we have private sector companies in Egypt, and I believe that we as economists, we have done a lot of studies regarding what are the problems, the challenges confronting such industries. And nowadays, there is a very good potentiality to enhance, the partnership between private and public sectors so that we can exploit our resources in a better way. And this is what we have to look for. Egypt nowadays, and within the economic reform, we are trying to increase the size of the private sector, and this has been declared by our government, and several steps have been taken, including, trying to find ways to enhance participation of the private sector in different ways. And from here it comes that by referring to our potentialities regarding minerals, we have to revise our potentialities in the public sector company to attract private-public partnerships, because for these companies, they have a lot of resources, but still they need to upgrade technology, they need to train workers so that to improve their productivity. So we are about to take care of all this potentiality so that we can enhance our capabilities to use our minerals properly enough.
Right. How does the production of phosphoric acid and phosphate fertilizers contribute to increasing the added value of Egyptian mining wealth?
When you revise the structure of our export, you are going to find that fertilizers represent a significant part of our export. Okay. And I believe that this comparative advantage and competitive advantage should be taken into consideration to be enhanced. If we look to the situation nowadays, the challenges confronting the world economy and what we can see regarding geopolitical tensions and their impact on the production of fertilizers, and this is going to be reflected on food security all over the world. I believe for Egypt as a country with more than 1 billion population, we need to take care of food security, and by taking care of fertilizers and by such expansion in our agriculture sectors that we are going in, I believe that this industry and can be regarded as important, and we are actually working very hard towards enhancing the rationality of using all minerals, including phosphates, in enhancing the competitiveness of such industry.
Okay. What is the importance of the new phosphate fertilizers project in supporting the state's plans to develop the mining sector and increase exports?
Yes, you know that Egypt nowadays is going towards increasing reclamation of land, and nowadays we have succeeded to enhance the capacity of the agriculture sector to a large extent. And this can be regarded as, national security, as I have just mentioned, because of food security. You know that we are now, Egypt is addressing the severe challenge of water scarcity. We have severe problems affecting nowadays our, capability to have to address the problem of water scarcity, and from here it comes that we need to upgrade technology so that to reduce the quantity of water required. We have a lot of projects in Egypt in water desalination and upgrading technological methods toward consuming, using our water. From here it comes that the challenge is not by trying to do all these efforts to enhance food security, but by at the same time increasing the potentialities for our farmers, specifically small farmers that are suffering a lot, specifically those who have, minimal ownership of land. We are taking care to upgrade their capabilities to use technology to save water, to address the scarcity of water, so that by this method we can enhance food security and combat poverty at the same time.
Okay. What is the role of the Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources in developing the research and exploration system and increasing Egypt's capacity to extract minerals?
This is a very important question because the Minister of Petroleum is responsible for mineral resources, and they are exerting very good efforts toward increasing the potentiality of enhanced investment in this method. And as I mentioned, this cannot come without a significant role of the private sector. So what the minister is trying to do is by concentrating on offering opportunities, enhancing investment climate, by attracting, in order to attract more investors in this field, in this matter, and by trying to provide maps, advanced maps, so that investors can see all the potentialities of our mineral resources, to be able to calculate the risks properly enough, which will encourage them to start their business to exploit such resources. So they are exerting actually very good efforts in this nowadays, and I hope that these efforts can attract more investors, since actually Egypt is quite well endowed of mineral resources. And what is quite important to mention about that these resources are they are in demand, which means that our industrial sector is expanding and in deep need for such mineral resources to be used in our industrial sector instead of importing. So it will actually enhance the economic situation. We all know that the participation of the industrial sector in generating GDP in Egypt is only 16%. Despite its potentiality to increase such percentage, and the challenges confronting that is the component, the import component is quite high, which affects seriously and negatively the competitiveness of our industry. So by enhancing the production of mineral resources, this will address the most important challenge confronting the competitiveness of our industrial sector.
Right. Well, how do legislative amendments and the development of licensing system encourage companies to invest in mineral exploration?
We witnessed lately in Egypt severe efforts in order to enhance the climate of investment. Still, we have some challenges. If we refer to businessmen and women in Egypt, still we have challenges regarding, addressing customs, and this, as we refer to doing business index. Still we have problems of bureaucracy, corruption. Still we have all these challenges, but we are trying to address these challenges by enhancing the capabilities for businessmen and women to come, and by elaborating on the potentialities of profits and gains from involving in such industries, because with a country with more than 1 billion population, I believe the market can be a good incentive for investors to come, since this can be a good potentiality. Besides, a very important matter, which is Egypt has addressed infrastructure during the last period properly enough, so the country, compared with other countries in the region, is well endowed with very good infrastructure, which can be regarded as a very important basis for any investors to come.
Doctor, it was all our pleasure having you today, and thank you for having the time to talk with us. Thank you very much. Now we'll go to a short break and we'll be back. Stay tuned.